Should I be worried about the way the season has gone for Mario Cristobal? Well, if you are banking on a good season for this Miami football team, yeah, in Boynton Beach down there in Florida, you need to be very worried, Michael. Now, that was sarcastic, because if you're asking me about the long-term perspective of Miami Hurricane football, I've told you once, twice, 5 times, I'll tell you again, I've still got total confidence that Mario's going to get it right down there. Have very little doubt about that. And it's going to be a lot of hard work. I don't think it's going to take as long, because of what I just spoke about earlier in the show, as a lot of people do. You've got the ability now, if you really want to buy recruiting classes legally. You've also got the ability to buy through the portal legally. You can't speak about it like that, but we all understand. We can put 2 and 2 together. We know how things work. You don't have to apologize for it. You can talk about it openly. You can do these things now. And you can also weed out, through very creative methodology, 30 or 40% of your roster. We just talked about it. You can flip that big a chunk of your roster over the span of a few months. He's about to do that. It may not be limited to his player roster. It may be coaching that also gets flipped, not through the transfer portal, at least officially. But I was listening to the Joe Rose show with Zach Krantz, and they had a really good interview with Mario the other day. And I think that if you don't listen to him a lot, but you just watch the games, you think, ooh, Miami's bad, man. I bet Mario Cristobal's down there, crawled up inside the nearest shell he can find. Not quite. This was Mario Cristobal on that show earlier this week.
For anybody, but I appreciate you getting up with us this morning, and for your fan base to hear, for all these questions and everything, and what's Mario thinking, and so we appreciate you coming on.
Am I thinking Mario's pissed off? That's what I'm thinking. I'm upset. I've been fortunate enough to be around some good teams for a long time and played on some good teams and built some good teams, and now we got to build this one. And early on, it's tough-ass sledding. And I hate every bit of a loss that comes with it, but I also get up more enthused than ever to go to work. And that's where we're at. And it's that simple, and it's that truthful, brother. There ain't no other fluff to it.
Mario, thanks, man.
Always appreciate the time,
Coach. Mario.
Yeah, they're not going to back down there. There's also not an ounce or a second's worth of hesitation, though. They don't doubt their process, like he doesn't doubt their plan. And nothing about a result, even against Middle Tennessee State, nothing about turning the ball over 8 times in a game is going to make him walk in his office and dust himself off Saturday night and say, maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe this thing's not going to work out down here. It's just not the way guys like that are wired. Now, just because you're wired competitively does not automatically guarantee that you're ever going to win anything. But he has. And at the very least, he understands how to build a team. He understands how to build a roster. And I'm not just talking about players now. I want to make sure that what I'm saying is crystal clear. I don't think the coaching staff that he's going to have 3 years from now will look very similar to the coaching staff he has now. That's all part of a rebuild. Some of the greatest to ever do it have had to go through this. So I go back to the question, and the question was, should I be concerned? Yeah, if you want to do big things this year, no, that's out the window. He just kind of admitted, that's out the window. You've seen the games. That's out the window. But that doesn't mean the future's out the window. In fact, I don't think any differently about Miami's future than I did. Quite the opposite. What I think is happening down there is a lot of people administratively, in the coaching staff side, in the football operations side, in the player personnel side, in the quality control side, in the recruiting side, they're going through this right now, and they're taking it. They're just taking it right there on the chest. And anybody who comes in that building who gets hired 3 or 4 years down the road and didn't have to go through this, they will see it. There'll be a different look in the eyes of someone who went through 2022 at Miami than someone who just comes on board once things are good. And those will be the alphas in the building, not just players, the coaches and the administration. Those will be the ones that when they talk, everyone else shuts up. Because there's an understanding around the building, I just got here. Things are good now. That dude was here when it sucked. That dude was here when folks were trucking Miami, when Middle Tennessee was coming in here, walking all over them, and then laughing on the way out. It's not that way anymore, is it? Now, this is 2025, 2024 maybe. This is not that way anymore. There are a lot of people who are going to be better off for experiencing this right now. But like he said, it's just tough right now. People have gone through worse. It could be worse. You know, you could be having to work a real job instead of being able to work in football for a living. Guys, thanks for watching Late Kick. Make sure and leave a comment. I love interacting with you. But most of all, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's how we keep all of this free.